Hi everyone, today we're going to study how to graph a line. Let us define the standard form of a straight line. A linear equation with two variables has standard form ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both 0. Let us have example 1. X minus 2y equals 4. The a here is the coefficient of x, which is 1. The b is the coefficient of y, that is negative 2. The c is the constant on the right, which is 4. Let's have another example. X minus 2 equals 0. We can observe here that there is no y variable. Anyway, let us collect the values for a, b, and c. The a is the coefficient of x, and that is 1. There is no variable y. It means the value of b is 0. This negative 2 constant can be transposed on the right side, and that becomes positive. So the value of c is positive 2. Another example is 3y plus 12 equals 0. In here, there is no x variable. It means the value of a is 0. The value of b is 3, which is the coefficient of y. This constant 12 can be transposed on the right side. Of course, the sign must be changed. So the value of c is negative 12. Let us note any linear equation with two variables ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both 0, always represents a straight line. Let us make another definition about intercepts. We have x-intercepts and y-intercepts. The x-intercept is the point where the graph of a line intersects the x-axis. The y-intercept is the point where the graph of a line intersects the y-axis. These points have the form of ordered pair x, 0 and 0, y respectively. In this figure, the line touches the x-axis at this point at negative 4, 0. So this is the x-intercept. Also, this line intersects the y-axis at this point 0, 6, and this is called the y-intercept. Let us learn now how to graph a line. We're going to have two steps. The step 1 is to find the intercepts. To find the x-intercept, set y equals 0 and determine the corresponding x value. While to find the y-intercept, set x equals 0 and determine the corresponding y value. And the step 2, draw the line connecting the intercepts. Let us have example 1. Draw the line x minus 2y equals 4. Step 1, find the intercepts. Let us start with the x-intercept. To get x-intercept, set y equals 0. Let us copy the same problem down here, but instead of copying the y, let us change that by 0. So we have here x minus 2 times 0 equals 4. The 2 times 0 is simply 0, so we have x equals 4. It means our x-intercept has the ordered pair 4, 0. To get y-intercept, we set x equals 0. We copy again the same problem down here. Then we will change the x by 0. So we have now 0 minus 2y equals 4. We can eliminate the 0, and then we will have this negative 2y equals 4. Let us divide this equation by negative 2. So we will have y equals negative 2. Because that is 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. For the y-intercept, it has an ordered pair now of 0, negative 2. Then we will go to step 2. Draw the line connecting the intercepts. Let us draw first our rectangular coordinate system, the x and y axis. On the x-axis, let us locate the number 4 that is positive, so it is on the right side of the x-axis and it is here. While on the y-axis, let us locate the negative 2 and it is down here. It means the point 0 is there, while the point 0, negative 2 is here. And then we will connect the intercepts, and this is now our required line. Let's have example 2. Draw the line x minus 2 equals 0. We can observe that there is no variable y. In this case, the step 1 is translate the equation into the form x equals a. It means x will be alone on the left side and the constant will be on the right. The negative 2 shall be transposed on the right, so the sign must be changed. We have now this x equals positive 2. Then step 2, draw a vertical line that will pass through the positive 2. Take note that the equation x equals a has a graph of vertical line that passes through the a. That constant on the right side of this equation. So we have now the x and y axis here. Then let us locate the number 2 on the x-axis. We will now draw the vertical line that will pass through this positive 2. And this is our final answer. Let us have example 3. Draw the line 3y plus 12 equals 0. In this example, there is no variable x. For our step 1, we will translate the equation into y equals b. It means we will isolate the y with coefficient of 1 on the left side, and this is equal to a constant b. So for 3y plus 12 equals 0, first, let us make this constant be transposed on the right side. From positive 12, it becomes negative 12. We have now 3y equals negative 12. Then we will divide this equation by 3 so that the coefficient of y here becomes 1. On the next line, we have now y equals negative 4. In step 2, draw a horizontal line that will pass through negative 4. Take note, the equation y equals b has a graph of horizontal line that passes through b, that constant on the right side of this equation. So let us draw our x and y axis. Then let us locate the negative 4 on the y axis. So here it is. After that, we will now draw the horizontal line that will pass through this negative 4. And this is now the line. This is our final answer. Hi everyone, today we're going to study slope-intercept form of a line. Let us define slope-intercept form of a line. The equation of any non-vertical line can be written in slope-intercept form. This is the form y equals mx plus b. The m here is the slope, and we can see that m is the coefficient of x. The b here is the y-intercept, and we know that y-intercept has ordered pair 0, b. Let us have example 1. Determine the slope and y-intercept of this line. Y equals negative 4 over 5x plus 7. The slope-intercept form is here. Y equals mx plus b. From the slope-intercept form, we know that the coefficient of x is the slope, while the constant will be the y-intercept. Let us now collect the slope, and that is negative 4 over 5. While the y-intercept, we will take this 7, we will copy here, that will be the y-coordinate, and the x-coordinate will be always 0. This is our final answer. Let us have example 2. Express the given linear equation in slope-intercept form and identify the slope and y-intercept of this line 6x minus 5y equals 30. Our slope-intercept form is here. It gives us idea that the y must be alone on the left side. It means the variable x and the constant should be on the right. So we have the problem here, 6x minus 5y equals 30. We want to remove the 6x on the left side. What we'll do is to add negative 6x to the equation. It means to both sides of the equation. If we add negative 6x on the left side, the positive 6x here will cancel out. While on the right side, the negative 6x comes here. So on this line, we have now negative 5y equals negative 6x plus 30. And then we want to make the y to have coefficient of 1. But in here, there is coefficient of negative 5, so we will divide the equation by the coefficient of y, which is negative 5. So we have here negative 5y divided by negative 5 equals the negative 6x over negative 5 plus 30 over negative 5. Then we will simplify further. We can now cancel the coefficient negative 5 and the divisor negative 5. So only y comes down here. And then the negative 6x over negative 5 will become positive 6x over 5. Then plus 30 divided by negative 5 is negative 6. On the next line, we can show that the x here has coefficient of a fraction. It can be 6 over 5 times x, while the plus and the negative 6 can be simplified into minus 6. And from here, we will now collect the slope and the y-intercept. For the slope, we will copy the coefficient of x, the 6 over 5. This is now the slope. And for the y-intercept, we will have this negative 6. We will put as the y-coordinate, and the x-coordinate is always 0. This is our final answer. Let us have example 3. Find the equation of a line with slope m equals negative 5 over 8 and y-intercept 0, 1. The slope-intercept form is here y equals mx plus b. Then we will substitute now the values for the m and the y-intercept, the b, which is 1, respectively. So this is now y equals, the m is now negative 5 over 8x plus 1, which is the y-coordinate of the given point. So our final answer, y equals negative 5 over 8x plus 1. Let us have example 4. Find the equation of a line with slope m equals 2 over 3 and y-intercept negative 1. Draw the line. In this problem, the slope is given, and for the y-intercept, the negative 1 here represents the variable b. So the slope-intercept form is here, the y equals mx plus b. Then let us now substitute the values. We have now y equals mx. The m is now changed into 2 over 3. Then plus the b, which is negative 1. Then let us simplify further. We have now y equals 2 over 3x, then plus the negative 1, it becomes minus 1. So the equation of the line is y equals 2 over 3x minus 1. Now to draw the line, first let us collect the given. The slope m is 2 over 3. The y-intercept, here given is the negative 1, but we can translate this into an ordered pair, 0, negative 1. We should remember that this y-intercept is a point of the line. Now let us draw our x and y axis. Then let us locate the point. Let us plot the point 0, negative 1. And the point is right here. Then let us find another point of the line so that we will connect it later. Then we will be able to graph the line. Using the slope 2 over 3, We will use the y-intercept as our reference point. Let us move 2 units going up. So from here, it goes 1, 2 units. And from this point, we will go 3 units to the right. 1, 2, 3. Then we will mark that point. Now we have 2 points on our x and y axis. Then we will simply connect these points. And this is now the required line. This is the graph of the line y equals 2/3 x minus 1. This is our final answer. Hi everyone. Today we're going to study point-slope form of a line. Let us define the point-slope form of a line. The equation of any non-vertical line with slope m and passing through the point x sub 1, y sub 1 can be written in the point-slope form. This is the form. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Take note, the m here is the slope, while the x sub 1 and the y sub 1 are the coordinates of the given point. Let us have example 1. Find the equation of the line with slope m equals 1/2 passing through the point for -1. The point slope form formula is written here. Then let us substitute the values. The m, the slope is 1/2, and the ordered pair of the point, the y sub 1 is -1. The x sub 1 is the +4. Then let us simplify further. Y minus a -1 is y plus 1 equals, so we have here 1/2 times x is 1/2 x, 1/2 times -4 is -2. Then we will just let y be isolated on the left side. So we will subtract -1 to the left side. Also the same value on the right side. So we can cancel 1 minus 1. It becomes 0. Only y comes down on the next step. And this is equal to 1/2 of x. Then we combine the -2 and -1 to be -3. So the equation of the line is y equals 1/2 x minus 3. Let's have example 2. Use the point slope formula to find the equation of the line passing through -1, 2 and 0, 3. In this problem, we have 2 points, but we don't have the slope. So for our step 1, we will find the slope using our slope formula. Let us assign the first point here to be p sub 1 and the second point to be p sub 2. Then let us substitute the values. The y sub 2 is now 3 minus the y sub 1, which is 2, all over the x sub 2 is 0 minus the x sub 1 is -1. The 3 minus 2 is +1. 0 minus -1 is +1. And 1 over 1 is equal to 1. This is now our slope. For our step 2, we will now use the point slope formula. We will substitute the value of the slope m in the formula and use the p sub 1 ordered pair. So we have now y minus y sub 1, it becomes 2, equals the m is the slope that we get from step 1. It's now substituted here, times the quantity x minus the x sub 1 is negative 1. Then let us simplify further. Y minus 2 is copied here, equals 1 times the quantity x minus a negative 1 is x plus 1. And when we multiply 1 by the binomial, we can simply remove this 1. So only x plus 1 can come. And then we will isolate the y. We will move this negative 2 on the other side. So the negative 2 becomes positive 2. Then we will combine this positive 1 and positive 2. So we will have our equation of the line y equals x plus 3. This is our final answer. Remember, we use the first point in our solution here. So what if we use p sub 2 in the formula? Let us solve that one. So the y minus y sub 2 is here, equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 2. Let us substitute y minus y sub 2, then y sub 2 is now 3, equals the slope, which is 1, times the quantity x minus the x sub 2, which is 0. Then we will simplify further. This is slope 1, we multiply to the x and to the 0. So we will have the y minus 3 is here, equals x. Now to isolate the y, this negative 3, we will transpose on the right side, the sign will change. So it becomes y equals x plus 3. And this is our final answer. We can see that the answer here is the same with our answer in the first method. It means to say, in the point slope formula, where 2 points are given, the step 1 is to find the slope, and the second step, we can use either of the 2 points and we will have the same answer. Let us have example 3. Find the equation of the line with slope 3 and passing through the point negative 2, 1. Draw the line. We have here the point slope formula. Let us now substitute the slope and the ordered pair of the point respectively. Y minus y sub 1. Now the y sub 1 becomes 1, equals m is now changed into 3 times the quantity x minus the x sub 1 and is now changed into negative 2. Let us simplify further. The minus of negative 2 becomes plus 2. So we have now y minus 1 equals 3 times the quantity x plus 2. We will multiply now this 3 to x. It becomes 3x. Then 3 times 2 is plus 6. Then we will add 1 to both sides of the equation so that the y here will be isolated. So the negative 1 plus the 1 will cancel out. On the right side, the positive 1 will come here. And then 6 plus 1 becomes 7. So our final answer, y equals 3x plus 7. Now to draw the line, first let us draw our x and y axis. Then let us locate the point given, the negative 2, 1. The point is now here. We know that the formula of the slope is equal to rise over run. In the problem, the given value of the slope is 3. So we write it here. And this is a whole number, and we know that we can rewrite number 3 to be 3 over 1. It means to say the rise value is equal to the 3 and the run value is equal to 1. Let us use this idea to find another point in the x and y axis. With reference to our given point, the negative 2, 1, we're going to go 3 units up as suggested by this numerator. So from this point, we go 3 units up, and then we will have 1 unit run. And since this is positive, we will go to the right. So this is now the final destination, and from there we will mark that point. After that, we will connect the 2 points. And this is now the graph of the line, and the equation is y equals 3x plus 7. This is our final answer. Hi everyone. Today we're going to study standard equation of the line in relation to the slope and intercepts. Let us first define the standard equation of straight line. The standard equation of a straight line is given here. ax plus by plus c equals 0. Take note that the coefficient of x is a. The coefficient of y is b. And c is a constant. And in the right side of the equation is 0. The a, b, and c are real numbers, and a and b are not both 0. Now, in relation with the slope m, we can quickly calculate the slope using this formula. And this is minus the fraction a over b. Again, take note, a is the coefficient of x and b is the coefficient of y. With regard to x-intercept, this is the ordered pair. For the x-coordinate, that will be equal to negative of the fraction c over a. The c is the constant here, and the a is the coefficient of x, while the y-coordinate is always 0. With regard to y-intercept, the ordered pair is here. The x-coordinate is always 0, and the y-coordinate is equal to negative. C is the constant here, and the b is the coefficient of y. Let us have one example. Find the slope and intercepts of the line 3x minus 4y plus 5 equals 0. First, let us write the standard equation of the straight line, the ax plus by plus c equals 0. We can see here that our given problem or the given line is already in standard equation. So let us now collect the values of a, b, and c. Our a is equal to 3, and that is the coefficient of x. The b is negative 4, which is the coefficient of y, and c is the constant 5. Now let us get the slope. The formula is negative a over b. Substituting the values, we have now a to be equal to 3 and the b is equal to the negative 4. Then we can simplify further. This negative sign and the negative sign of 4 will make it positive. So our final answer for the slope is positive 3 over 4. For the x-intercept, the ordered pair is here, negative c over a for the x-coordinate with 0 y-coordinate. Let us now substitute the c. It is now 5, while the a is positive 3. So our x-intercept here is negative 5 over 3, 0. For the y-intercept, the ordered pair is 0, negative c over b. Let us substitute the values. The c is 5 and the b is negative 4. The negative sign here and the negative of 4 will make it positive. So our final answer, 0, 5 over 4. This is our y-intercept. Let's have example 2. Find the slope and intercepts of the line 2x equals 3y minus 4. Let us write the standard equation here. We can observe that the given line here is not in standard form. So we will convert this into standard form first. So the 3y and the negative 4 will go to the left side. Of course, the signs will change respectively. So the 3y here will become negative 3y on the left side, while the negative 4 will become positive 4, and all are equal to 0. And from here, we can now collect the values of a, b, and c. The a is the coefficient of x, that is equal to 2. The b is the coefficient of y, which is negative 3. C is the constant 4. Then let us compute for the slope, which is equal to negative a over b. Substituting the values now, so the a here is now changed into 2 and the b is changed into negative 3. Simplifying further, this negative and negative becomes positive 2 over 3. This is the slope. For our x-intercept, this is now the formula. We will substitute the respective values. For the c, it becomes this 4, and for the a, that is positive 2. Then we can simplify this negative 4 over 2 into negative 2, 0. This is our x-intercept. For the y-intercept, this is our formula for the ordered pair. Then let us now substitute the values. The c is the constant 4, and the b is the negative 3, and then this negative and negative becomes positive. So our y-intercept, 0, 4 over 3. This is our final answer. Hi everyone. Today we're going to study parallel and perpendicular lines. Let us define parallel lines. Parallel lines are lines in the same plane that never intersect. This is a picture of parallel lines. This line is a graph of y equals 3/4 x plus 1. Another line is here, and this is the graph of the line y equals 3/4 x minus 3. Two lines in the same plane with slopes m sub 1 and m sub 2 are parallel if their slopes are the same. In symbol, m sub 1 equals m sub 2. Look at our equations. If you remember, we have slope-intercept form of a line where we can easily get the slope, and that is the coefficient of x. In here, the slope is 3/4. In the other line, the slope is also 3/4. The slopes are the same, so we can conclude that the two lines are parallel. Let us define perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines in the same plane that intersect at right angle or 90 degrees. Look at that symbol that signifies right angle. Two lines with slopes m sub 1 and m sub 2 are perpendicular if the product of their slopes is -1. Thus, m sub 1 times m sub 2 equals -1. Or we can say m sub 1 equals minus 1 over m sub 2. Or we say that the relationship of m sub 1 and m sub 2 are negative reciprocal. To summarize, we have here the pictures of parallel lines and perpendicular lines. If m is the slope of a straight line, then the slope of a parallel line is the slope of parallel line equals the m, which is the slope of the given line. Also, the slope of a perpendicular line is equal to -1 over m. Again, this m is the slope of the given line. More so, if m sub 1 and m sub 2 are the slopes of two straight lines L sub 1 and L sub 2, then L sub 1 and L sub 2 are parallel if m sub 1 equals m sub 2. Also, L sub 1 and L sub 2 are perpendicular if m sub 1 times m sub 2 equals -1. Example, given the line sub 1 with slope m sub 1 equals 2 over 3, the line sub 2 that is parallel to line sub 1 with slope m sub 2 equals the same 2 over 3. If there is another line 2, this time perpendicular to line 1, the slope m sub 2 equals -3 over 2. The relationship is negative reciprocal. Let's have example 1. Determine the slopes of the lines that are parallel and perpendicular to the line 3x minus 7y equals 21. We have our standard equation of the line, the ax plus by plus c equals 0. We can translate our given line here into standard equation. We will simply transpose the 21, so the positive 21 will become negative 21, and the right side becomes 0. So the line now is in standard equation. Also, we studied about the slope, and the formula is m equals the negative of a over b. Take note, the a is the coefficient of x and the b is the coefficient of y. To compute for the slope, we will now change our a into 3 and the b into the negative 7. And we can simplify this further. The negative and negative becomes positive, and our answer now is 3 over 7. Now, to compute for parallel lines, we know they will have same slope. The slope of parallel is equal to, we will simply copy the slope 3 over 7 here. So we have now our answer for slope of parallel lines. For perpendicular lines, that we say that the relationship must be negative reciprocal. The slope will be, first we're going to invert the 3 over 7 into 7 over 3. And then, since this is positive, we will use the negative sign. So our slope for the perpendicular lines is negative 7 over 3. This is our final answer. Let us have example 2. Determine if the lines 2x minus 3y plus 1 equals 0 and 9x plus 6y minus 5 equals 0 are parallel or perpendicular or neither. First, I wrote here the standard equation of the line. Also, the slope formula is here. I assigned the first line, the 2x minus 3y plus 1 equals 0. Then we will compute for the slope. In line 1, the slope will be m sub 1. And our formula is here. Then we will now collect the values. The a now here becomes the 2, the coefficient of x, and the b is now replaced by negative 3. And this expression can still be simplified because the negative and the negative becomes positive. So our m sub 1 is positive 2 over 3. For the line 2, 9x plus 6y minus 5 equals 0. Our slope is m sub 2. The formula is here. Then we will now substitute the values. The a is now 9 and the b is 6. Then this negative 9 over 6 can still be reduced to lowest term, and that is equal to negative 3 over 2. We divide each number by 3. So the slope 2 is negative 3 over 2. We can see that the slopes m sub 1 and m sub 2 are negative reciprocal of each other. More so, we will put them in the equation to prove further, and the equation is m sub 1 times m sub 2 must be equal to negative 1. Substituting the values, the m sub 1 is 2/3 times the m sub 2 is negative 3 over 2. And then we can cancel the 2 and the 2, also the 3 and the 3. And the final answer is negative 1 equals negative 1. So this is satisfied. Then we will write, since m sub 1 times m sub 2 equals negative 1, The two lines are perpendicular. This is our final answer. Let us have example 3. Find the equation of the line through the point 0, 3 and parallel to the line negative x plus 2y plus 5 equals 0. We are going to find the line 2 because the line 1 is already given here. The negative x plus 2y plus 5 equals 0. To get the line 2, we will use the point slope form. If you are not familiar with this, you can watch our video about point slope form. The form is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. For our m sub 1, this is now equal to negative. The negative 1 comes from the coefficient of x, and the 2 here comes from the coefficient of y. Then we will simplify further. The negative and negative becomes positive. So our m sub 1 is 1 over 2. In the problem, it is given that the line 1 and the line 2 are parallel. And we know that parallel lines have equal slopes. So the slope of line 1 is the same slope for line 2. It means to say, we can now use our point slope form. There is a point given, the 0, 3, and we have now the slope, and we will use the m sub 1, which is 1 over 2. Substituting the values, we have now y minus 3 equals 1/2 times the quantity x minus 0. To simplify further, this number 2 here, we will cross multiply to the left side. So the 2 comes on the left side, and on the right side, this 0 we can remove. Only x remains on the right. Then we will simplify further. 2 times y and also 2 times negative 3. We have now 2y minus 6 equals x. Then this x we will transpose on the left side. The sign will change. We will do that because we want to put the line in standard form to make the right side equal to 0. So the x here is positive. Then it becomes negative x plus 2y minus 6 equals 0. The line is now in standard form. And this is our line 2. Please take note also that the coefficients of x and y, respectively, of parallel lines are equal. Look at the x. And look at the y. They differ only in the constants. This is our final answer. Let us have more sample problems. Problem 1. Find the intercepts of the following. We have here two equations. Let's begin with A. 5x minus 4y equals 20. Let us put this equation in standard form, meaning the right side becomes 0. This 20 on the right, we transpose to the left. So it becomes negative 20. Now the right side is 0. This is now a linear equation in standard form. Let us collect the values for A, B, and C. A is the coefficient of x, so we write here 5. B is coefficient of y, the negative 4. And C is the constant, negative 20. Let's start with x-intercept. And we have this formula, negative c over a, comma, 0. We substitute the values. the negative of c. We have negative 20 here over a, that is 5, comma, 0. This negative 20 over 5 is negative 4. With the negative here, it becomes positive 4, comma, 0. This is the x-intercept. Now the y-intercept, we have this formula, 0, comma, negative c over b. We substitute the values. For the c, we have negative 20 over, and the b becomes negative 4. Negative and negative becomes positive, but there is a negative sign here. So we have 0, comma, negative of the quotient 5. This is the y-intercept. We write the answers below problem A. Then we go to problem B. X minus y equals 3. We convert this into standard form. The positive 3 on the right becomes negative on the left, and the right side becomes 0. We collect the values for a, b, and c. A is the coefficient of x. We write here 1. B is the coefficient of y, that is negative 1. C is the constant, negative 3. We know the formulas for x-intercept and y-intercept respectively. Let's begin with x-intercept. We substitute the corresponding values. For the c, we have negative 3 over, the a is 1, and there is a negative sign sitting outside. So negative of negative 3 over 1 becomes positive 3, comma, 0. This is the x-intercept. Now the y-intercept. We substitute the values here. We have 0, comma, negative of, the c is negative 3 over the b, that is negative 1. Negative divided by negative is positive, but there is a negative sign here, so we retain the negative sign. So 0, comma, negative 3. This is the y-intercept. We write the answer below problem B. Problem 2. Express in slope-intercept form and identify slope and y-intercept. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. We know that m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Meaning, to convert this equation in slope-intercept form, we're going to isolate the y variable in one side. We copy this equation down here. Then, this negative 6x we transpose to the right. It becomes positive. And from here, we want this y to be alone. So, we divide this equation by the coefficient of y, which is 3. Or we see that the y equals the 6x divided by this number 3. 6 over 3 becomes 2. So finally, we have y equals 2x. This is now in slope-intercept form. By this form, we can get the slope, and that is the coefficient of x. So the slope is 2. For the y-intercept, there is no constant here. That means the y-intercept is 0. Remember that when the y-intercept is 0, it means the line passes through the origin. Problem 3. Determine the equation given the slope and y-intercept. We have a, the slope is negative 3, and the point 0.9. In this case, the y-intercept value is this number 9. We simply substitute the value of m and the b. In this case, it is 9. So we have y equals negative 3x plus 9. This is the answer. We write this answer below problem A. We go to problem B. The slope is 1/2 and the point given is 0, 5. So the b is 5. When we substitute, we have y equals 1/2 of x plus 5. This is now the answer for B. Problem 4. Use the point-slope formula to find the equation of the line passing through the points -3, -2, and 3, 2. The point-slope form is here. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. In this equation, we need a slope and 1 point. But in the problem, slope is not given. So what we'll do, we will find the slope using this formula. We can consider the first point to be the p sub 1 and the second point here is the p sub 2. We substitute the values respectively. Y sub 2 is 2 minus the y sub 1, that is -2, all over x sub 2 is 3 minus x sub 1, that is -3. Then we simplify 2 minus -2, that is positive 4 over 3 minus -3. We get positive 6. This is a fraction that we can reduce into 2 over 3. We have now a slope. We can now substitute in the point-slope form. For the point, we consider the first point here to be x sub 1 and y sub 1. So it becomes like this. Y minus -2 equals the 2 over 3, that is the slope, times x minus -3. We simplify this negative by negative, becomes positive 2. This negative by negative becomes positive 3. Then we simplify further. This denominator 3, we cross multiply to the left side. So 3 times y plus 2 equals 2 times x plus 3. We simplify both sides. So we have 3y plus 6 equals 2x plus 6. Since by convention we want the variable x to be positive, the 3y and plus 6 we transpose to the right. So we make the left side be 0. So we have 2x minus 3y plus 6 minus 6. We can see that the 6 minus 6 becomes 0. Then we write 2x minus 3y equals 0. This is the answer. Problem 5. Determine the slopes of the lines that are parallel and perpendicular to -2x plus 7y equals 28. We can first compute for the slope of this given line. The formula is m equals -a over b. A here is the coefficient of x and b is coefficient of y. So when we substitute, we have negative and the a is -2 over b, that is positive 7. When we simplify, negative times negative becomes positive. So m equals 2 over 7. Let's now find the slopes of the lines that are parallel. By definition, we know that slopes of parallel lines are equal. So we write here the lines parallel to the given line have slopes 2 over 7. So this is equal to the slope of the given line. For the slopes of perpendicular lines, they are negative reciprocal of each other. So we say that the lines perpendicular to the given line have slopes. We simply take the negative reciprocal of the 2 over 7. That is negative 7 over 2. Problem 6. Determine if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. We have group A. There are two equations. We know that the slopes of parallel lines are equal. Also, slopes of perpendicular lines are negative reciprocal of each other. For this group A, we regard the first equation to be line 1, the other equation to be line 2. Now let us solve for the slope. By slope-intercept form, simply we get the coefficient of x. That is now the slope of the given line. So for line 1, the slope is 2 over 3. For line 2, the slope is also 2 over 3. We can see that the two slopes are equal. Then we conclude the two lines are parallel. For problem A, the two lines are parallel. Let's go to problem B. 3x minus 5y equals 15. 5x plus 3y equals 9. The first equation is line 1, second equation is line 2. Let's calculate now for the slope using this equation. M equals negative a over b. For line 1, the slope is negative of a, that is 3, all over b, that is negative 5. When we simplify this, positive 3 over 5. For the slope of line 2, negative of a, that is 5, over b, which is 3. So this is negative 5 over 3. We can see that the slopes are negative reciprocal of each other. This is 3 over 5. The other is negative 5 over 3. So we conclude the two lines are perpendicular. In some books, they do it like this. The slopes, when we multiply together, the answer must be negative 1. Then we conclude that the two lines are perpendicular. If we multiply 3 over 5 by negative 5 over 3, we can see that the answer is negative 1. The left side can be reduced into negative 1, that is equal to the right side. So indeed, the two lines are perpendicular.